Good morning. Well, not morning, afternoon. Days are kind of running together for me, but it is a pleasure to be here in the area, and it's good to be at the championship game, having the opportunity to play for a national championship. This has been a great experience for our program and also for our kids, having the opportunity to be educated along with doing all of these other things, has been great for us. So we're looking forward to this football contest this weekend and, tomorrow, and our guys are locked and loaded.
Coach, we're going to go straight back in the middle.
Okay.
Coach, great call, your Action Sports and News. I wanted to ask you about what is it like, or does it present a unique challenge when you're playing during the season, you got 1 week to get prepared for your opponent, and you got all the bells and whistles going, and then all of a sudden you have to take this big break and then turn it back on for the championship. Could you tell me a little bit about what is that like, or does that present a different challenge for you?
Well, it's actually something that helps us, I believe. We've been rolling for 7 straight weeks, and to go to the conference championship game, Alcorn State actually had 2 weeks off prior to us, so they were healthy, they were ready, they were locked and loaded, and we were coming off an emotional high of the Bayou Classic. So to win that football game meant a lot, because it showed that our kids can reach deep, and we were hurt and beat up. So we needed a week off, and we needed that opportunity to kind of sit back and relax a little bit, go through our finals, take our finals Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and then get back to work on Wednesday evening. So it was good for us to take that week off of playing and competing, because we had been rolling for 7 straight weeks, and we were at the point where we were kind of fatigued a little bit. So I think we're rested. I think we're ready to roll now. We're fresh. Our kids are faster. They're running around and moving well. Because our game is built on speed, and we believe in training bullets, not bowling balls, and that's the way our program is operated.
Coach, left side.
Coach Fobbs, Charles Bishop, Dr. Cavil's inside the HBCU Sports Lab.
All right.
I wanted to ask, obviously a great showing against the University of Arizona, but is there a team or teams within the SWAC that resembles the physicality that we traditionally see from the MEAC teams?
I would say Alcorn State is a team that resembles, North Carolina Central. I think North Carolina Central throws the ball a little bit better than Alcorn State did, and I think their playmakers on the outside may be a tad bit more athletic, but they're somewhat the same physicality-wise up front on defense and on offense. They're a good team. They're not undefeated, and they're not a 3-time conference champion for no reason. So we definitely got our work cut out for us, but at the end of the day, we look forward to playing against the best teams, because we believe that shows where we are. I wouldn't want to play if we're not playing against the best.
Coach, we're going to stay here left side.
Good afternoon, Coach. Carlos Brown with the Carlos Brown Show, WUBR in Baton Rouge. You talked about tempo. How important is tempo tomorrow, getting off to a good start, and 2, playing on such a big stage? You guys have had plenty of practice with the Bayou Classic and the SWAC football championship.
Well, it's big. At the end of the day, we don't want to start off slow. We want to start off fast. We want to make sure that we're setting the temperature in the room, so to speak. That's our motto, is to make sure that when we walk into a room, then we set the temperature. And that's just the way it goes. We want to make sure that we take the fight to them. They're going to be ready. Everybody's going to be excited. Everybody's going to be ready to play. But at the end of the day, when everything slows down, there's still a 100-yard field and it's 52 1/3 wide, and you got to perform on it. So we want to make sure that we're making the least mistakes. We want to play together and play fast and play Grambling Tiger football.
Luke Williams from the Black College Sports
Hey,
Page. Hi, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Getting here. Can you describe the 3-year odyssey from taking over this program to getting to where you are today?
Well, I tell you, it's been very interesting. The thing that we had to do initially was to build trust and get back on our feet. Our program had been knocked down, and there was a lot of lack of confidence, a lot of lack of trust, so we had to build that first. Secondly, we had to learn how to compete. Then thirdly, we had to learn how to win football games. But then lastly, we had to learn how to bounce back from winning a football game or being successful. So I felt that was the last part of becoming a champion, was understanding that you not only have to forget about, your failures, but you also have to forget about your success as well in order to perform the right way the very next week or the second half. And I thought the Arizona game really did that for us because, in my opinion, we were the better team. That's why, I don't believe in the pats on the back. In my opinion, when we lost our quarterback and we didn't play well the second half, and I thought it was a combination of Devontae not being there, but then us not being in the right mental state that hurt us the second half. But I thought that taught us the valuable lesson, which actually springboarded us to this particular point at this particular time. So all things happen for a reason, and we're pleased with where we are at this time.
Coach, we're going to go back right side.
Emory Hunt football game playing. Coach, good to see you.
What's going on, man?
Time has passed, man.
Yeah.
So you kind of touched on my point about the Arizona game. I wanted to bring that up because I felt as though that was the turning point for this season. Do you think that's where the players start to believe in your message and the process, and it helped springboard them to where they are today?
I think so, because after that second half, actually, we talked about it, on the ride home about handling success, because we failed, that weekend. But, we don't ever really look at a loss as losing. We look at it as a learning situation. And I thought we learned from that, because the very next week, we played Jackson State, and we were up in the first half again. And I can hear guys right before halftime, hey, guys, stay focused, 60 minutes, 60 minutes. So, sometimes pain is the best thing for you when it comes to learning what you need to learn.
Coach, we're going to go straight back in the middle.
Larisha Harris here, Celebration Bowl Radio Network
Hi.
and CBS. Hey, see, last time we spoke, you talked about the trifold of what you try to show your young men on your team, and then you talked about everywhere you go, you take them somewhere so that they can get an experience. They've had the opportunity to do that here. How important was it for them to be a part of everything else outside of the game during this time?
Well, it's huge, because at the end of the day, we are about developing young men. And in our program, that's the most important thing, is making sure we develop the entire human being, not just them as football players or just them academically. We want to make sure that they're well-rounded, but more importantly, when they experience the things that they've been able to experience here, it motivates them to want to see more, because coming from the communities that they're from, they don't see very much. So it motivates them to say, okay, well, what else is out here in this world, and how can I go about getting to it? And 9 times out of 10, it's about getting your degree and doing things the right way in order to do that.